Welcome back to my channel. Today, we dive into a critical update that will affect thousands of temporary workers planning to come to Canada in 2026. If you're someone who relies on the Labor Market Impact Assessment, or LMIA, to work in Canada, you need to pay close attention. Canada has announced that low-wage LMIAs will be blocked starting in 2026, and this could completely change how temporary workers find jobs. So, stay tuned, because this is crucial information that could affect your future. First, let's quickly cover what an LMIA is. A Labor Market Impact Assessment is a document Canadian employers need to get before hiring a foreign worker. It's basically proof that no Canadian worker is available to fill the position. There are different types of LMIAs for high-wage jobs, low-wage jobs, and other specialized programs. For years, low-wage LMIAs have been a common pathway for workers in sectors like hospitality, agriculture, and caregiving. But that's all about to change. The Canadian government has decided to block low-wage LMIAs, starting in 2026. This is a major policy shift. It's part of a larger plan to prioritize high-wage, skilled work and reduce the country's reliance on temporary low-wage labor. What this means is, if your job offer falls into the low-wage category, it likely won't be eligible for an LMIA, and you won't get a work permit for that position. This is a huge deal for thousands of workers who are planning to come to Canada for these roles. You might be wondering, what's considered a low-wage job? The government sets a threshold based on regional wages. Generally, jobs paying below the provincial median wage are considered low-wage. The exact number varies by province, but the message is clear. Positions offering less than a decent living wage are being restricted. For example, if you re-offered a hospitality job for $18 an hour in a province where the median wage is $25, that job will likely be blocked under the new rules. So why is Canada making this change? There are a few reasons. First, the government wants to reduce the exploitation of temporary workers. Many low-wage workers face poor conditions, long hours, and few benefits. By limiting these LMIAs, Canada aims to protect foreign workers. Second, this move encourages employers to offer better wages and improve working conditions, making the labor market fairer for everyone. Now, let's talk about how this impacts you as a temporary worker. If you are planning to come to Canada for a low-wage job, you need to rethink your strategy. Your first option is to look for high-wage job offers instead. Think tech, healthcare, skilled trades, and managerial roles. These are more likely to qualify for LMIA. Second, you should consider other pathways that don't require an LMIA at all. For example, international students graduating from Canadian schools might get a post-graduation work permit. There are also specific programs for caregivers and agricultural workers, but they are becoming more selective. This change doesn't just affect new applicants. If you're already in Canada on a low-wage work permit, this could impact your extension or your path to permanent residency. If your employer can't get a new LMIA for you, you'll need to be proactive. Start looking for alternative job offers or immigration programs that can support your long-term goals right away. Of course, one of the biggest concerns is the impact on industries that rely heavily on temporary low-wage workers, like restaurants, cleaning services, and caregiving. Employers in these sectors will have to either increase wages, find domestic workers, or completely change their hiring strategies. This could lead to a tighter job market and more competition for the remaining LMI-approved positions. So, the key takeaway for you is to be prepared and informed. Review your job offer and compare it to the new LMIA thresholds. If your job is considered low-wage, try negotiating a higher salary or look for other eligible positions. It's essential to stay updated on official government announcements, as there might be exceptions or transitional arrangements for certain sectors or workers already in Canada. Another important point is to explore alternative immigration pathways. Canada offers several routes besides the traditional LMIA process. Express entry, for instance, is a points-based system for skilled workers applying for permanent residency. Provincial nominee programs, or PNPs, allow provinces to nominate workers for specific in-demand jobs. While these programs might not cover all low-wage roles, they offer a path for workers willing to upgrade their skills. It's also worth looking into pilot programs designed to help temporary workers transition to permanent status. Even if your current role is low wage, your Canadian work experience could make you eligible for other streams later on. Planning ahead is critical. Let's talk timing. These new restrictions come into effect in 2026, which means the time to prepare is now. If you're planning to come to Canada in the next couple of years, start taking action. Talk to your employer, explore higher wage opportunities, and get your documents in order to strengthen your profile. Any delay could mean your application gets rejected simply because your job offer doesn't meet the new rules. Also, remember to check regional differences. A low-wage job in one province might still qualify in another if it meets the local median wage. Be flexible, it could be a huge advantage. I know many of you might feel worried about your future in Canada because of these changes, but it's not all bad news. This policy could lead to better protection, higher wages, and improved working conditions for those who do come. It could also create a more competitive and skilled workforce, benefiting everyone in the long run. The key is to adapt, stay informed, and be proactive. If you're already in Canada on a low-wage permit, consider talking to an immigration consultant and explore moving to a high-wage position or applying through other streams. For those of you outside Canada, focus on jobs that meet the high-wage LMIA threshold or explore pathways that do UN need. LMIA at all. Prepare your documents, gain relevant skills, and understand the Canadian labor market to improve your chances. Remember, Canadian immigration is always changing. Policies get updated to reflect economic needs and government priorities. Staying informed through official sources like IRCC and reputable consultants is vital. In conclusion, the block on low-wage LMIAs in 2026 is a major change you cannot ignore. It affects everything from job eligibility to your path to permanent residency. Your key steps are to assess your job offer, explore high-wage opportunities, consider alternative immigration pathways, and stay updated. Acting proactively gives you the best chance of success. This shift doesn't close the door to working in Canada. It just encourages a focus on fair wages, skills, and long-term planning. By understanding the rules and adapting your approach, you can still achieve your goal of working and living here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this information helps you make informed decisions about your plans for Canada. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe for more updates on Canadian immigration. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss an important video. Stay informed, stay prepared, and I'll see you in the next one.